Hello there and welcome friends. This is a guide on how to defeat the last battle with the Balor Khorramzadeh at the entrance to the inner threshold area. The fun part is that we are also doing it as a demon character on Balor form. So it's a Balor against another Balor. And of course we are going to show Khorramzadeh that we are the strongest Balor of them all. Now the battle with Khorramzadeh is probably one of the most infamous battles in the whole game. He's so strong that I do believe he was actually even nerfed recently in one of the newer patches. He has close to 2000 hit points, 77 armor class, which is pretty good, even for the late game, very high saving throws. But what really makes this battle tough are his two very unique abilities, Thundering Rage and Power of Annihilation. Power of Annihilation basically causes damage to all of the creatures surrounding Khorramzadeh for very high lightning damage, while Thundering Rage is a passive that gives him Ascended Element Electricity, so his lightning abilities will deal full damage to your characters no matter if they are immune or have any resistance against lightning damage. And he can even cast them as Quicken abilities, so he can spam for example Storm Bolts twice per round for crazy amounts of damage, especially on Unfair where we take twice the damage. And he even has the dreaded Vavakia Vanguard for a friend with their absurd 88 armor class and the very annoying Breath ability. So the key to this battle on Unfair, as with almost all of the other battles, especially in the late game, is to defeat him as soon as you can. Now as far as battle preparations, as I said, there isn't really much of a point in questing Resist Energy and Protection from Energy Electricity because Khorramzadeh can bypass that. However, something that you should absolutely consider investing in before the battle starts is temporary hit points. Here we are, temporary HP. My demon character alone has close to 700 hit points. His temporary hit points on the other hand are also very high, 108. This is basically, if you played sci-fi RPGs, and it works just like an energy shield that the enemy has to penetrate before actually getting into your normal hit points. I already have a guide link to the site here and also down below explaining how to stack multiple layers of defenses on every single one of your characters, including temporary hit points. But to keep it simple, they mostly come from spells, so 16 from 8, 10 from Heroic Invocation, 20 from Burst of Glory, 20 from Greater Heroism, and lastly 42 from Channel Positive Energy. This comes from DAERAN by having the Spirit Boost revelation from the Life Oracle Mystery. I do think this is a little bit bugged at the moment. The cap should be 20, so based on DAERAN's maximum level, but at the moment it can go higher. I'm not sure if they're going to change this or not. Anyways, even a plus 20 is still very useful because even if your characters are already at full hit points, you just have to have DAERAN use Channel Positive Energy to gain this temporary boost. So that's 108 extra hit points to my demon, and for my other characters something close to 90 and 100, as you can see here. This matters a lot, especially for low hit points characters like DAERAN, and can certainly ensure they will be alive for a lot longer, especially on Unfair where you take twice the damage. Lastly, well, the aptly named Last Stand ability is also of paramount importance. With temporary hit points and Last Stand, we can actually last for quite a while before Khorramzadeh is truly able to defeat us, certainly enough time to easily destroy him. With Last Stand you can keep on fighting for 2 rounds after your hit points drop low, you keep at 1 hit point and go on fighting. This way it doesn't matter how much damage you are taking, for at least 2 rounds we can keep fighting. Even if the enemy dealt something like 1000 damage, remember that you can always heal your characters under Last Stand so they don't die right after. And as usual, Mass Heal is the best choice for that, at least in the late game. And out of all my characters, SOSIEL has it, DAERAN has it on 2 levels, actually level 8 and level 9, and CAMELLIA as a Spirit Hunter also has Mass Heal. So that's a lot of healing we have. Thankfully we actually rolled extremely high on initiative, 56 here. We do have 40 initiative, and SEELAH rolled very good as well, so she will be able to get her Mark of Justice on Khorramzadeh very fast for a massive amount of damage and attack bonus increase. We can't actually cast Guarded Heart with SOSIEL before the battle starts, because the battle starts somewhere around here. That's not enough range for you to do it, so we have to do it during battle. Anyways, I have my Balor demon character ahead of the party because I'm going to charge at Khorramzadeh, so I need to have a free path line to him. Don't forget to turn Rage on first. And after that we're going to charge, so we can gain a lot of free attacks with the aspect of the Kalavakus Rage power, as I'm going to explain to you in my demon guide. We might as well move our character closer to Khorramzadeh, still have 1 second before we can act, just to keep the way free, so we can really charge. We do have a SKALD party member that can grant us pounce, which is of paramount importance when charging. And because we need to have this orange area here affecting our demon character when he charges, let's also move him towards Khorramzadeh. SOSIEL is going to drop a guarded hearth here. It's not going to really matter for Khorramzadeh, but will help us hit the Vavakia Vanguard and its absurd armor class. DAERAN's artificial intelligence has been turned off because, as usual, he's going to be on healing duty, casting mass heal as needed. SEELAH will drop a Mark of Justice on Khorramzadeh and later on the Vavakia Vanguard. Everyone else can just attack really, there's not a point in having CAMELLIA cast Evil Eye, because Khorramzadeh will fall pretty fast. So let's have her attack too. Khorramzadeh does come with a lot of other demons to help him, but you should certainly focus on him first and then the Vavakia Vanguard. They are the strongest of the enemies. The others are basically just trash mobs at this point. We are on Unfair, of course, just to show you. And let's get started. Unfortunately, the Accor's Torturer blocks our way to Khorramzadeh, so I think we'll have to just rush at him. Let's see if we can actually get another free path going. Also, since we've already turned our Demonic Rage on, let's share our rage powers through the aspect of Nocticula, Demon Lord aspect, with one of our dogs. Should be SOSIEL's dog here, who is one of our strongest party members actually. Here he is, Balor. Yeah, sadly the path to Khorramzadeh is blocked, so we'll just have to brute force him. Notice all of the damage we already took because of both the Vavakia Breath and the Power of Annihilation ability. Thankfully, all of our characters besides CAMELLIA all have the last stand ability, so it doesn't matter how much damage we take, because there's no way this battle is going to last more than 2 rounds, at least not before we kill the most dangerous enemies. And just look at the wisdom brain from the very annoying Vavakia Breath. Even SOSIEL took something like 16 wisdom drain, that's unfair for you. We might as well already heal with DAERAN here. It doesn't matter if we also heal the enemies, because what matters is keeping our characters alive. And Khorramzadeh already exploded. Now we only have the Vavakia Vanguard to handle. So let's have SEELAH prepare another Mark of Justice for him.
Your pain is my pleasure.
He already fell, and that's it. Now we only have the trash mobs to deal with, and that was it. Now before battle ends, don't forget that you can actually loot Khorramzadeh, the Balor here, for the Unholy Longsword +5 that actually has the VORPAL property. A very unique property. I don't think any other weapon in the game actually has it, but I could be mistaken. So VORPAL means that upon a natural 20 roll, followed by a successful roll to confirm the critical hit, after all, every 20 is a critical hit by default, this longsword can actually sever the enemy's head and instantly kill them. I haven't really done much testing with the sword because honestly I always forget to loot it, as if you don't loot it during the battle, well, notice that after the battle ends, your character will soon be teleported to the Threshold camp area, and you won't be able to loot it anymore. So be sure to do it after you killed Khorramzadeh, and before killing the other enemies. But I'm going to give it a try to see if it can actually work on bosses like the final boss even. After the battle ends, you do have a very small window of time to actually loot it, but I would rather do it, you know, during battle. And this is the party that I've used for this battle, so a Mutation Warrior Demon character in Balor form. Balor isn't really the strongest of the forms, Merilith is a lot better, but Balor does have a lot more style. SEELAH as a pure paladin, SOSIEL a pure cleric, a SKALD mercenary. CAMELLIA, she does have some multiclassing because there really isn't anything to be gained by going past 17 Spirit Hunter. And DAERAN as a full oracle, with of course our 4 trusty pets to help us. a horse, a wolf, and another dog friend. Our demon character is actually so big that he doesn't show properly on the character screen. Anyways, this was it for the Khorramzadeh battle guide, everyone. If you've enjoyed this video, then please remember to like, subscribe, and even become a member of the channel to support it if you can. Thank you for watching and see you next time, friends.